I lied.
Sounds sticky.
Let's screw around!
Well, you know what, my little goblin friends? Forget it!
Make a muscle, squeeze it tight.
Taking a meeting here at the hotel. We're putting together a exciting cinema project.
Oh, Pig, you're gonna be all day? I gotta pull my old lady.
Who was that, Piggy?
Yeah, that was Sylvester Stallone. You know how impatient he can be.
I lied.
All my friends are dead and they don't like me anymore. They've moved along, they've changed, and now they find me quite a bore. Way back then it was okay to be a little weird, but all my friends are dead. How's it going, fellow tabletop game dork enthusiasts? It's me, internet personality Malcontent, with another story from my sordid past, exploring tabletop role-playing games before it was like a market to like stream it and like make cartoons apparently based on it. Back when role-playing was just sweaty dorks trying to outstink each other on 10minutedailyvideo.net. It's your place for 10minutedailyvideo.net. So I'm doing another role-playing game story.
This is a role-playing game. It takes place entirely in our collective imagination.
This is a story that's going to take a little bit of backtracking, and then we'll get to the character. So this takes place in World of Darkness before New World of Darkness. This must have been in like 2002-ish. Maybe early 2003. We were playing in this game called Aberrant. Aberrant is a game made by White Wolf using basically the same system as World of Darkness, but is not World of Darkness. It's like superheroes. And Aberrant was like a triptych game. There's like a game before it that was like high adventure, and there's a game after it that's like super sci-fi god stuff. So like in the first one, it's like you're Indiana Jones. The middle one, you're like Superman. And the last one, you're like Hercules or Zeus or something. And that was a cool game or whatever, but you're not supposed to mix it with, I don't know, Werewolf the Apocalypse. So that's what we did. We played a game where it was both werewolves and aberrants. Because it was a werewolf game, that gave me the opportunity to crack out my favorite game supplement of all time, a little nasty book by Black Dog Publishing called Freak Legion, A Player's Guide to Fomore. Black Dog Publishing is when White Wolf wanted to make something explicitly for adults. Vampire the Masquerade and those other games were very adult oriented, but it was also kind of aimed at late teens. You could play Vampire the Masquerade totally within a PG-13 parameter. Freak Legion was part of this offshoot of games. I think all of the different like main clans got one. But the thing about Werewolf is in a constant fight with this aspect spirit called the Worm. The Worm is like death and decay, but in the World of Darkness, unlike our world, it's like corrupted and evil, and it does bad things to people, and they're called Fomore. That's Fomore. The Fomore were like these demon monsters, and they were all created by different things. Usually like a corporate, some kind of corporate monstrosity would bring it into life. I'll give you an example. Action Bill tattoos. You've seen Action Bill on TV. You've read Action Bill comics. You've played with Action Bill Danger Squad figures. Now join the squad with Action Bill tattoos. Commercial aired during Omni TV's Saturday morning cartoon carnival. Victims targeted? Children ignored by yuppie parents. That's the kind of book this is. Black Dog Publishing is a company within the World of Darkness that produces a role-playing game that makes people as evil as people think mazes and monsters make people.
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game.
Okay, so I said those two desperate things, the Aberrant thing and the Fomore thing, so that you understand where my character fits in. Beborn Beton. Drawing him here. You can see me drawing him. I drew a little drawing of him while we're doing this. My particular Fomore was a Hollowman. The process in which you create a Hollowman is you find a very tall area, you get a length of rope with a hook, you shove the hook up someone's ass, attach it to their intestines, and shove them off the roof. All of their bones, skin, muscles, and all that gets ripped out, and the skin flops onto the ground, and you're not dead. You are, in fact, empty, and eventually some sort of species will fill you up. Sometimes it's ants or cockroaches.
Don't do it. Oh, man.
Yeah, if you think about Men in Black, this will be helpful. Men in Black is a Hollowman character. Like, that's a Hollowman.
I know Egger, and that was an Egger. It's like something that's wearing Egger. Like a suit.
Like he was wearing an Egger suit.
An Egger suit.
Sugar water! Beborn Beton was a prolifically good detective on par with Columbo. In fact, if you consider him the evil Columbo, you'd be on the right track. I really didn't participate in any of the actual game shenanigans. Basically, every session was sort of a monster of the week. I was sort of too weak to do anything ever. Mostly my job was to get information for the other characters, and sometimes I would do side things. Now, the plot of the game and why Beborn Beton, this man, who I didn't reveal to you yet, is a bag of skin filled up with rats. Okay. They hire him because this is an organization that does like black ops, superhero type stuff. And they hire werewolves and all these type of people. And then my guy, an evil fucking monster person.
Right about one thing.
I can't remember any plot related stuff I did. The only stories I have are the in-between stuff that we had while we talked to our personal secretary. The GM we had at the time had he had a knack for playing subservient female roles that were like secretaries, or like in the case of our Star Wars game, automated AI systems that drove the big spaceship we were in, who are like very like amenable to getting stuff done for player characters. In this game, we had a secretary who got us anything. That's the short version of what I just said. This secretary and my job in the game was to torture this NPC secretary character. Every time before we went to a mission, I would have a request for things that I wanted. We're just gonna do the dog and making the dog, because I can't remember anything else, and this was the most detailed oriented thing I got. See, when you're a Fomore, you kind of want to corrupt other things around you and make more Fomore. So a lot of Fomore will do horrible serial killer shit in which to despair people to the point where they also succumb to the worm in way. And also, killing things makes the worm happy because it's corrupted and evil. My character wanted to make the most evil dog ever. I didn't know this. My characters subconsciously knew this, and I eventually caught up with the character as we went along. But I'll admit, this all sounds like random torture for no reason, and in some ways it is.
Dumb name. I'm gonna take a sword. Can I take a sword?
You've got a sword.
See, the Fomore was in an office. Like, it was like an open space office. Everyone could see each other. Everyone had their own desks. I would request things like, and he would talk something like Edgar from, I need jumbo peanut butter about, oh no, he would say things like, I need a lot of peanut butter. And the secretary would ask how much. He would just gesture with his arms in bigness, like it was a fish that he caught. And a box of kittens. And I need an aquarium full of rats. So we'll start with the kittens. This was to torture my coworkers. Essentially, what I would do is I would take a kitten periodically. I would dip it in peanut butter and swallow it, and the rats inside of my carcass would devour the kitten. And this would all be you know, the kitten would be crying, excruciating. This is all animal torture. Should I warn? Hey, warning for animal torture descriptions. Okay. So I dip it in peanut butter and it's crying and it's screaming, you know, and it's being eaten by all these rats. And I would hold it by the tail until it was just a tail, and I would staple the tail to the desk. Eventually, there were just tails. I would do a thing. They'd be all like doing their, like, they'd be getting like their guns and their ammo filled up, and I would point at the GM, and he'd go, no. I go, hey, I do the kitten thing again. The other thing I was doing is I had an aquarium behind me, and I filled it with sewer rats, and I just didn't feed the rats until there was just one big rat left, and I fed that to a Doberman to make it the most evil dog ever. And that was Beborn Beton. His whole thing was, before he was initiated, like, before he was, like, inscripted by, you know, not the Tony Stark, what's the eye patch's name? Oh, fuck it, I'll bail and just do DC. The Amanda Waller, before the Amanda Waller showed up and hired Beborn Beton, who's, by the way, named after a goth industrial artist that I also like, so you can listen to Beborn Beton music if you want to. Don't you worry, they won't find my body. I want you to know I found peace in another world. His job before he was picked up was crime families would hire him to go to crime scenes to frame innocent people for horrible crimes that the crime family would do. Like, he was such a good investigator, he could look around and rearrange everything, kind of like a reverse Dexter. Okay, thanks for watching. That was another war story from my Rollin' Dice days. Ha! I tell you, my characters are not always sociopaths. In fact, most of my most successful and boring characters are chaotic good, tries to help out the party, does as best he can type hero characters. But my scumbag characters are just, there's an artful beauty to all my scumbag characters. If you like this, I'll talk about my Star Wars. Just tell me in the chat you want to hear about Rel Cool Kiki, and try to figure out how to spell Rel Cool Kiki, my Catman Star Wars character. But until then, thanks for watching. If you've got money and you're sick of money, give me the money. I will use that money to buy old role-playing supplements that will sit behind me, and I will never read them because I'm a malcontent, so you need other people. See, you understand when I'm so isolated, like, okay, I gotta go. Farm in Cook Chef RPG.